All right, guys, so I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Dirk Durham, the bugler. We're just going to do something like similar that we did with mine and Trevor's and Cody's calling tutorials? Tutorials? Yeah.
I believe that's what they call it.
Yeah. So Dirk's going to go through with us, world champion elk caller. It's going to sound a little different than mine, probably a little bit. I mean, don't make fun of him. It is what it is.
It probably won't be as good as yours.
Is what it is. Let's go through just some brief, show us how, cow call. Just take us through your art of calling. How about that?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So probably the most important thing is practice and being consistent. You want to get some time behind your calls. Develop that muscle memory with your tongue and your mouth. And what I like to tell people is to get that thing in there and practice on the way to work. And if you don't have a long commute, maybe go out in the garage or in the closet or wherever you can get away from the missus or whatever without driving everybody crazy. Cow calls are kind of the fundamentals or the basics of calling. Here we go. So you want to hit that high note and then just relax your tongue and let it drop off there towards the end. Just let it come off real smooth. And once you get that kind of nailed down, you're going to want to start doing maybe some bugle exercises. And a bugle, to begin with, you can use that same fundamental, but kind of stretch it out a little bit. So instead of being so fast, you want to stretch it out. And when you put it with a tube, it sounds quite a bit better. And at the end, you want to inflect your voice a little bit and give a grunt or a growl at the end, kind of like you're trying to clear your throat. Once you practice that for a while, then you want to try to master the sounds of going from the bottom of the scale to the high point and then back down. So with the tube, it's going to sound. And you want to put in your voice a little bit at the beginning and at the end. And it's almost like clearing your throat. Like you got a frog in your throat. That's kind of the same noise you want to make. You don't want to go too far and like really growl a lot, because that may be a little overbearing. That's way too much growl. Just like you're trying to clear your throat. Once you kind of practice that exercise, you want to do it over and over and over and over again. That way your tongue gets that muscle memory, and you can make those same sounds over and over consistently. Once you kind of get that mastered, then you want to kind of start working on the technical part of it. So at the back end of the bugle, you don't want to let it draw out quite so long. You want to kind of let it drop off pretty quickly. Just let it hit that high note and then just let it trail off and throw in your voice at the end to kind of inflect some of your own voice in there. Okay, I'd like to talk about chuckles a little bit. That's a pretty frequently asked question about how do you get those chuckles. It's almost like that same cow call tongue position, but you want to exaggerate that and put more air and a little more emphasis on it. And then you want to put a little bit of your voice at the end of it. And then there's a certain rhythm, and as you make each individual chuckle, you breathe in and then you do it again, over and over again, 5-6 times, and it's going to sound something like this. So, and that's one you just need to practice over and over and over again. This doesn't come overnight. You just have to put in the time. We get a lot of questions about lip balls. That's where you do that really growly, raspy bugle. That's all about buzzing your lips. Now, some people will put the tube right on the front of the lips. For some reason, I'm weird, and I put it on the side of my lips. It just works better. So you'll find whichever way works best for you. So it's going to be a kind of a situation like that. You just want to put that up there and go. So I kind of start out with a regular bugle, use my voice a little bit in the beginning, like I'm clearing my throat, and get a little bit of rasp, and then I let the octaves change to the higher notes, and then about that time I let my lips start buzzing, and it makes that real rough, rugged sounding bugle. And then right before the end of the bugle, I'll stop doing that lip buzz and let it get clean again. So guys, that's just a few little tips that I like to recommend for calling elk. We're using the Maverick diaphragm by Phelps. It's a reed that Phelps and I collaborated on to build to just the right tolerances for my style of calling. A lot of people may use a little bit different one, but the amp series have been really good for consistent and high quality calls.
So I think what we're trying to get at here is everybody calls differently. Our calls are a little bit different than Dirk's call. Apparently he needs some help on his calls, but I will teach him some stuff here shortly. But this is how many time world champion?
I don't even remember.
A few.
More than one.
Yeah, you can tell how natural he is with the bugle and how he comes off those bugles. The thing I did learn actually from just videotaping this is out the corner of his mouth, because everybody's lips are different. For the lip ball, that's a little different. I think I've actually seen Donnie do the same thing. Donnie bugles kind of out the corner of his mouth as well. Yeah. So everybody's different, guys.
It took me forever to learn how to do the lip ball and have it sound good. It was a wreck in the beginning, like horrible.
Practice.
But just I was dedicated and I wanted to get it down, and it just took time. You just have to do it.
And that's exactly what it is for all these calls. I think it's just you're not going to get it the first time. Some people do. Some people do.
Right.
But it just takes time and time and time of breaking them in. So this is going to finish off our call series, guys. We thought we'd bring in the big guns for the last one, so it worked out pretty awesome. Go check out Dirk's stuff. Follow him on Instagram at
The Bugler.
The Bugler.
One word.
One word.
One word.
Get his call, the Maverick. It's an awesome call. It's everybody's palate's different, and it might be the one that just works for you. So,
one more for the road.
Hit it hard. One more. Give me the nastiest, growliest thing that you got. Like I said, I'm going to work with him a little bit and see if we can't fine tune that. So thank you, Dirk, man. We'll see you guys.